Okay, guys, this is one of my uh, great invention concepts, and this one is awesome. Pretty much is having the Stirling engines in series. Like say you put a flame to a Stirling engine, and which is a heat engine, and it'll start moving. And you can hook up to that to the alternator and produce electricity. Well, that's just one Stirling engine. By my invention, I repeat that again, my invention was to connect them in series, one after the other. Let's say you have a flame here, it'll have this Stirling engine working. Then you hook up another Stirling engine, so the heat that escapes this one, that makes this engine work, the same heat can actually work on the other one. And after it escapes the second heat engine, it'll work on a third heat engine, and so on. And it keeps on working. My theory was if you start with the big one, and then you start from a small one, and then smaller and smaller and smaller, which is opposite of this, until the energy dissipates. And that was my concept, my invention. But you have to put insulation on the heat engine to a certain degree. I don't know if it's just a little bit or more, but not overdoing it and not underdoing it, but just have enough insulation where the heat are preserved and able to be used for the next heat engine and the next one and the next one and the next one and so on. That was my invention and my theory. Now, what's in theory optional, this is another option. You remember, these heat engines can go up in this way, like if you're going up a mountain, and you keep on going and going, and so on. And it's only theory, and I'm sure it may not work, but it's a concept on this one. Is that if you hook up you see this designer here? It's a heat engine, and then you got another one. Well, what if you hook up heat engine after heat engine after heat engine after heat engine after heat engine, and so on, heat engine and heat engine all the way through the back, and you create a complete circle. My theory is that heat doesn't get destroyed; it just moves from one place to another. So let's say you have multiple rooms, and each one's got an AC. So AC will remove the heat from one and make it that cold, and then transfer that heat to another room and make that room hot, and then that same room has AC. Remove that heat and transfer it to another room, and so on. So what I'm trying to say is that if you take heat away from the environment gets cold, but the heat gets transferred to another place. So heat never gets destroyed; it just transfers to a different location, whether it be on this world or another dimension. In other words, it travels from one place to another. It just gets moved around, but it's not destroyed. That's my concept. But anyway, if you have a heat engine, which these small ones are, right there, you have one heat engine, and they hook up another one, and so on. You hook it up in series all the way around. You create a complete circle. So remember, if you create a complete circle, it's like having rooms, and the heat's transferred from one room to another one and another one, in a weird way, which may be possible and may not be. I'm not sure. It's only a concept, because as far as this having a series of heat engines complete a complete circle. So what would happen if the heat jumps from heat engine to heat engine to heat engine to heat engine, and then it goes back to its original source? My point is that free energy, or does the energy dissipate for each one and each one and each one, and then when it gets back to the original one, the heat's almost gone? Or does it actually continue? I can only guess that it probably dissipates by the time it gets to the original one. But that's only theory. But, for you guys who are fascinated with free energy, you never know. The fact that if you have all these rooms or heat engines, and if you could have some sort of AC, and where you can transfer it heat from one room and transfer it to another one, and they get that room hot, and then have the AC in that room, take it out and move to the other one. Maybe you could create some sort of a Stirling engine type deal, invention, heat engine that does that, and with the heat transferring from one place to another and to another, and each time it transfers to one heat engine, that makes the motor work and produce electricity. Is that really, can that really lead to free energy, or it's just or it actually won't? But that's only for you guys to wonder and ponder. But my invention is if you do it in a series, it does produce energy, but I believe that actually could dissipate over time. And if it goes back to its original source, it may have little bit or no heat at all if it goes back to its original source. But at the same token, if it could, in a dream state, if you could actually keep that heat moving without losing it, you might actually create free energy. Like I said, it may or may not work, but I still stand that actually you will have some heat loss as you go through each heat engine. That's why I've designed the heat engines to have insulation, so you don't lose all that heat. Keep most of it,